So good evening everybody and welcome back to FTRL. It is day 2 of action from the roller coaster that is the Portimao circuit here in Portugal, round 8 of season 19 here of FTRL's F1 action. Div 2 onto the track with a inevitability. It is Dylan first on track, so we will go on board for a lap of the roller coaster once he gets around to the start finish line, if he makes it to the start finish line. Already looking a little bit loose. Oh god. So fingers crossed for a slightly tidier lap when it matters from him then. So anybody in the chat can confirm they can hear me. Make sure I've got everything plugged in, turned on, switched on, etc, etc. Good evening Skirms, lucky mate. Hopefully you get your PS sorted for next week. But you did a good account of yourself yesterday, to be fair. Got to the flag, had some good battles with Cat. Oh, Dylan's got around. With a tedious inevitability, Dylan goes around, which means the Catabees will take over at the front. That means the Catabees now has the honour of taking us around a lap of this circuit. Dylan's going to be fuming. That was all his track time gone, his all TV time gone. He won't even get to stand on top of the standings for a brief couple of seconds either now because of Catabees. In fact, he's got a couple of drivers ahead of him, so yep. He will not top the timesheets here, unless they've had it. Very easy to do. Good evening, Zero Tau as well. Good evening, mate. How are you doing? Did you enjoy yourself at Donington the other week? Sorry we couldn't come and find you. I think we were losing people left, right and centre on the Sunday. Bloody cold nights camping for us. So it wasn't the most comfortable night's sleep I've ever had, if I'm honest. But there we go then. Right, on board with Catamees for a lap of Portimao, and down the start-finish straight we go. Down the big drop into the turn 1 braking zone. And the 5th gear using all the track through turn 2, and then the big braking zone at turn 3 down to 2nd gear. Get the car turned on the power up over the crest. Be careful, watch the back end doesn't run. Try and overtake you, and don't run too wide on my curb either. 2nd DRS zone active. Downhill again to the braking zone, left-hander this time. That's what I'm doing there, using all the track on exit then through this quick left kink. This double right-hander then. Get up down a gear there just to bounce the car, and then into the 3rd gear right-hander up over the hill. Watch the back end again here, very easy to lose traction. Again, start dropping down the hill, and then up the other side into this blind braking zone with a double apex right-hander. Clip the 2nd one though. Nice line there. From Cat, second the left-hander, then up to the braking zone again, down to 2nd gear, hug the inside, then over to the right-hand side, then back over to the left. Pull up off the corner, long right-hander, apex early, then start to drift to the outside of the track, start to build the speed. 1 corner to go, then this long right-hander drops down the hill once again, all the way over to the left, then up and over the crest, and across the line, and the first time on the board is a 17.3 for Catabees, so tidy first run from the Hasman. Next across the line behind us, Aaron Trucker goes second on a 17.4. Barcelona just 20.9 on his first run. Scuba Steve, however, goes top of the standings. Yeah, you were as well. We did go for a wander around on the Saturday. I know you were there Saturday as well. We had a wander around and we did literally come down past that point. So obviously, I think I messaged you when we were there at that point. But never mind. I'm sure we'll have to go again. We're doing Silverstone here, by the way, in later in the year if you're interested. The times starting to fly in now. Chubbs goes 3rd, Evil Chris then goes to the top of the standings with a 16.8. British Beer drops in behind him on a 16.9. All change at the top. Brutus score getting some useful track time last night as Michael Vienna goes fastest of all. Another one who had some track time last night in Div 1. Much appreciated to the Div 2 boys who filled in for us last night. Numbers not great again in Div 1. But swelled with a plethora of Div 2 drivers. And for a very interesting race. Michael had a solid run, to be fair. So hopefully he can keep that momentum up. He's currently professional pole on 16.836, just ahead of Eagle Chris's 16.885. Get my words right in a minute. Yeah, it was a bit toasty in the sun, wasn't it? Actually, a lot of us got sunburnt, and we didn't even realise. I got it on my nose, but I didn't realise until somebody mentioned that they got sunburnt. It was then that I... and it got me. Ooh, yes, yeah. More the merrier, mate. More the merrier. I'll send you some details. See if I can get you added to the WhatsApp group as well. So we're just discussing it. So should be a good laugh. Should be a good laugh. Right then. Who have we got on a lap at the moment? Let's go have a look further back. Next is Cats on a lap. Let's go pick up the Hasman. Going through the penultimate corner. Not a fan of Portimao from talk in the chat, so I think we'll be glad this is probably our last ever visit to Portimao. course, not on this season's calendar, so won't be on the 22 game, more than likely. Katz goes 10th fastest at a 17.6 for his first run, so slots in between Alex Pixie, who did a lap on the mediums, and Diego, who's filling in for Zero Town tonight. Oh, dear me, Katz having a bit. sound. Then makes a big improvement there. 0.8 of a second, goes 5th fastest then. On to the 3rd row with his teammate. What is wrong with my sound? Tell me. Tell me. And all changed then towards the front of the grid. Then Michael Venn back to the front. Scuba Steve joining him on the front row. Alex Pixie goes P5. That's a very solid effort from him. Here we got on laps at the minute. Spur just racking up. To get himself on the board, so he's going to come through the back. That man's on a lap, so let's see how the McLaren man's getting on in the middle sector at the moment. Up over the crest of the hill he goes. Dropping now down into a little bit wide there. Oh, he's about his lap, unfortunately, Matt, so he will have to go again. Chip has put himself P8 on the medium time, meanwhile 17.2 for the Alfa Romeo. So running order then with 6 minutes to go. Michael Vien on provisional pole. Scuba Steve currently on an outlap then. Can he respond to that new marker? Brutus Spear and Evil Chris sharing the 2nd row at the moment. Then it's an all Williams 3rd row. Alex Pixie and Barcelona. Barcelona on the outlap on those medium tyres, however. Chubbs and Daft Chip currently holding the 4th row together. Both of them also on the medium tyres at the moment. Next is Iceman and Catamese rounding out your top 10. Then we've got Aaron Trucker P11, Oxox P12. Diego P13, Katz is P14, Sioni is P15. Then we find the McLarens together, 16th and 17th. Pagani just ahead of Matman. Callum and Calsper, the two Mercedes together, 18th and 19th. And Dylan looking to get a time on the board still. P20's Callum, meanwhile, has just gone ahead of the two McLarens. 18.009 puts him up to P16 then, so the Mercedes sandwiching the McLarens now in 16th and 19th. Just starting a new run. Let's pick up the Haas. We'll let him have a lap in peace, and we'll pick up Pagani's a little bit further around first, just to say that he invalidates. So back to Casimir we go. sorry Pagoon. Big commentator's curse there. Yeah, maybe my thing wasn't quite plugged in properly, so thank you for letting me know. So Casimir then into sector 2. Had a good run last night. Ran a little bit towards the end. They had a good battle with Skirms though. Looked like they were enjoying themselves. Good evening, Mr. Unsafe Release. How are you, my friend? Enjoy the football last night. I had some puppies last night. Watching that, following that, rather. 0.347 up Catamies. So on to where did that put him? He's 7 at the moment. So if you find any time in the final sector, 3rd row of the grid is available. Then swoops down the hill, around the final corner. Stays in the middle of the track this time. Barcelona's gone 4th fastest meanwhile. Catamies improves to P7. Just misses that on the 3rd row. Barcelona jumping one further place forward. A 16.846 then, so that new setup he's been championing in the Discord. So if I come up with dividends then, that's a very handy lap on the medium tyre, remember. So that will mean he will potentially have the soft tyre at the end of the race, and Scuba Steve crosses the line, but invalidated his first run. Chubbs meanwhile I think just crossed the line. That was Michael, sorry, to the line. So Chubbs currently P6 then. Here we're watching Scuba Steve. Let's see how he's getting on this run. A little bit of a twitch there. Coming up to the sector 1 checkpoint. He is nearly 10th of a second up then, so he found some time in sector 1. Good building block to start then. He's got a few cars ahead of him though, so hopefully they will either keep out of his way or get out of his way. Hazard's pulling over to the side. So that was one navigated. Closing in on one of the Alfa Romeos. That's not going to take his eye. Seems to be on a tiny lap though, so not looking to hold him up. Sector 2 checkpoint coming up. He is 0.134 of a second up then. The Alfa Romeo gets out of the way. So on to improve, but not enough to take provisional pole. Can he find any time in the final sector? Around the penultimate corner. A little bit wide there. A bit early, so it's just going to cost him a little bit of time. the inside curb, stays towards the middle of the track, comes over the crescent. Does he improve? He does, but not enough. Stays P2. Brutus Beer. Where's Evil Chris? Evil Chris is a bit further round. However, he's on a slow lap, so let's pick up Brutus. Companies has returned to the pits, and his session is done, so best P9 for him. First goes Brutus, then comes up with the Sector 2 checkpoint. How is he getting on? Can he get onto the front row of the grid? That's very wide, that's very wide. And it's an invalidation for Brutus. It was an Alpine there off the track and still nearly hit him. Yes, it was a very good comeback indeed. Very much enjoyed that in the end. Glad we just needed that kick up their arse at half time, clearly. Otherwise, yeah, all good, mate. All good indeed. Up then. So, who've gone on laps? Alex Pixie just started. He's just improved, in fact. No, that must be the last lap till P7. Oxox has gone back up to P8. Running order then. I can't see how long left because we've got yellow flags everywhere. Clearly getting out somebody's way. There we go. Into the final minute of the session. And you're going to have all but 2 cars on track then. So, one retirement. So, 17 cars on track. Michael Bien is into the pit, so he is not going to improve. Michael Bien then is the benchmark at a minute. 16.4 for the Ferrari man. That's the time to beat. Evil Chris beats it immediately. 16.404. So on to provisional pole goes Evil Chris. Oh, Alex Pixie's invalidated his lap, unfortunately. It says an all-out lap for some reason, but I don't think he is. Across the line. Barcelona then, he has just started. He's improved by a 10th, but stays 5th. What's going on here? Chubbs is not going to make the line. Does improve. So I think the game's being a bit of a weirdo at the moment. About Diego, he's invalidated. And Trucker coming out the final corner. Can he get into the top 10? No, he's into the pits. So he's there. Iceman's crossed the line. P13 for him. What about Katz? Out of the final corner. Does he improve on P14? He does. He goes P11. 17.1 just misses out then on a top 10 start, but he will have a free tyre choice. About Barcelona then. Matman's on a lap as well, is he? Crossing the line, in fact. Doesn't improve, so stays P18. Again, another one not a big fan of this circuit. Barcelona at the death, goes fastest of all. Finds half a second in the final lap. And on to provisional pole right at the death then. So Barcelona snatches pole position away at the end. The 16.3. Goes just under a 10th faster than Evil Chris. Michael Bien and Scuba Steve then, having been on the front row a little while ago, are now consigned to row 2. And that then is that then. So we wait for the race to commence. To the garage. And it is Barcelona and Evil Chris then, who are this one. If I remember rightly, Barcelona and Evil Chris were teammates last time we were here in the Mercedes. And they have a good battle. I'll come back to this in a minute. Barcelona then takes pole from Evil Chris, Michael VN and Scuba Steve. Line up on row 2. Brutus Beer and Chubbs on the 3rd row of the grid. Alex Pixie and Oxox make up row 4. Catamese and Diego start together on row 5 then. Those two had a bit of a coming together last week at Zandvoort. So hopefully they can stay apart this time around. Nexus Cats and Aaron Trucker start 11th and 12th. Then we've got Daft Chip in P13. Nexus Iceman P14. Sione P15. Callum starts P16, Pagani 17th, Matman is 18th, Kalsper is 19th, and Dylan didn't manage to get a valid lap time on the board. He will start P20 in the Alpine. So yeah, just thinking back to the last time we were here, and I think it was Barcelona and Evo Chris battling at the front, as I recall, and two Mercedes were the class of the field until Evo Chris unfortunately crashed out. He was on for a very strong result that day. I can't remember how that race unfolded in the end. I'm sure somebody will be able to remind me. Good evening, Mikey. Didn't see you sneak into the chat there. So I think qualifying done. Let's get some podium predictions in there then. Michael was very solid last night, so I think Michael for the win. I think Barcelona for P2, and I think Brutus for P3. We'll just start a bit further forward this time, so he's on the sort of main strategy, if you will. Barcelona decided he'd rather have track position, so abandoned his plan for the alternate strategy. So yeah, I'm going for Michael, Barcelona, and Brutus. Salah, Suarez, and Gerrard. Yeah, so that's a very deadly front three. If only it had been. You'll never know. Details up then. Let's see who is on what tyre then, as they head off on their warm-up lap then. And Barcelona taking pole position, and the point that comes with it. Evo Chris will join him on the front row of the grid in the Aston Martin. And then we've got, oh dear, Michael Vian and Scuba Steve on the second row together. Brutus Beer and Chubbs make up row 3. Alex Pixie and Oxox make up row 4. And Katamise and Diego together on row 5. All of them are starting on the tyres they qualified. And interestingly, Chubbs, P6 on the mediums. So he's on the alternate strategy. So will the race come to him late on? We will see. Just to touch on that incident last week, Katamise and Diego came together at the final. Oh, who was that spinning around? That was Daft Chip. That's right. I've seen you. Go back, yes. These two came together last week, coming out the final corner. Diego had a bit of a run on Cat. It got down the inside, and there was a little bit of a nudge. And then Diego ended up spinning into the wall. Cat's had a big slide. He also hit the wall. Not the ideal end to their opening couple of laps. Both survived that one at least, but both retired later in the race, unfortunately. So they'll be hoping for better luck this time around. They were all in the top 10. The free tyre choice then going to the remainder of the grid, so they're all on fresh tyres. Starting with P11, it's Katz. He is on the medium tyres. Aaron Trucker is on the softs, P12. His teammate directly behind him, having had a little bit of a moment. That Chip's on the hard tyre, so he's looking to go deep into this race. That is a bold strategy. See how well the hard tyres fare in the early laps. Then Iceman starts P14. He's on the medium tyres. Then we've got Sioni in P15. He's also on the mediums. Callum starts P16. He's on the soft tyre. Pagani starts P17. He's on the soft tyre as well. Matman and Kalsper have come together on the outlap, so they return to the grid. Matman's on the hard tyre. They're going to be very cold at the start of this race, so he needs to be careful. And Kalsper on the medium tyres in P19. Dylan bringing up the rear, P20. He's on the hard tyre. Indeed, yeah, very good effort from Chubbs to get into the top 10 on those medium tyres. The grid forming up, Dylan into place, and we start to wait for the gantry to light up. And this race will begin at 33 laps ahead of us. And a very sunny Portimao circuit then. We have got 2, 3, 4 and 5 red lights, and the Div 2 race at Portimao is go. It is a good start from the front row, although Evo Chris has got a better start then, and he's going to lead into one. Up the inside, Scuba Steve's going to come through Barcelona as well, is he? Oh, they're going to touch. Oh, they survive though. Scuba Steve still down the inside of Barcelona. Into turn 3. Oh, down the inside, that's Cat coming in very hot. There's contact. A couple of cars going sideways. Oh, there's 3 or 4 cars have locked together in the pack there. Oxox is one of them. Chubbs as well. Marco Vien's a big illusion. That Daft Chip's up to P7. He's had a stormy start. Cars in the grass in the background. It's all gone wrong in the pack. Out on the outside there, one of the Alpines. What's going on in the pack then? So, drama. The 2 Ferraris got locked together with the Red Bull of Oxox. And I think that might have all been triggered by Katamise with a humongous send into turn 3. It's not to shuffle out then to Evil Chris getting the jump, then Scuba Steve getting a great start as well. He's up to second, Barcelona down to third. Not the dream start. Brutus Spears stays with his P4. Katamy's up 4 into P5. Then Alex Pixie's up 1 into 6. That chip's up 6 places already. Well, what a start from him on those hard tyres. He's P7. Michael Rien down 5 then. Locked together with his teammate. Did he get away without any damage? He's got Diego around the outside of him at the moment. I suggest he's struggling a little bit at the moment. Diego going all the way around the outside of the penultimate corner. Gets the move done. Good move. Michael's struggling here. I think he's got damage. Yeah, he's going to cross over. So, yeah, damage for the Ferrari, unfortunately. So that's going to put him on the back foot immediately. Also, if it's behind Pagani, he did get caught up in all that. Anybody else going to come in? Oxox is in. Aaron Chucker in as well. So Aaron Chucker was the other unfortunate one who got caught up in all that carnage. Into turn 3. Next is Iceman's in as well. So he's had some dramas. So 5 drivers pissing at the end of lap 1. Untitled Scuba Steve looking at Evil Chris already as they come into the hairpin. You've got 6 cars breaking away at the front at the moment. Then Daft Chip on those hard tyres, not able to keep pace for the moment then. So we've got top 6 on the soft tyre, and Daft Chip, the first one on the hard. Evil Chris then getting the jump. He leads the race though, but has got a pack right in behind him. Got a yellow flag further back. What was that? Aaron Trucker and Oxox gearing at it. No, it's not ideal at all, was it? I don't think it's not really a lot he could have done there. I think that was all Katamy's coming down the inside. And just locked together with his teammate. Scuba Steve, meanwhile, the other Red Bull. No such dramas for him. He is sizing up a move for the lead. However, the man in third place just taking the fastest lap of the race away from Scuba Steve. Into the pits has come Chubbs this time, so yeah. Chubbs is in the pits now as well. Top 6 are away from the pack, so this is the pack for the lead at the moment. We'll get through there. So we've got Red Bull leading Aston Martin, leading Williams, leading AlphaTauri, leading Haas, leading Williams. So both Williams going well so far. Daft Chip then in a bit of no man's land just behind them. Not quite in touch at the minute, but also got a decent gap back to Diego. Callum's up to P9 as well, so both Mercedes have fought their way through. Callum up to 9th, Cal Spurs up to 10th. Sione now 11th, Batman's up to P12. Dylan's up to P13, so he's had a good start. Gets himself out of trouble in the first couple of corners and has made up 7 places, so really good start for him. Cat's down to P14, so he's... Oh, and that is a... What a save. What a save from Katz that is. That was a drift and a half. Around the double right-hander. How he kept the hold of that, I do not know. For all the world he was going around there. That is a brilliant save from Kat, and you'll be pleased that I caught that on stream. Could be in then P15. After good qualifying, but got caught up in the first couple of corners. Wasn't the best start either. So wasn't able to pick his way through. I think he made an alright start actually, but Barcelona with Evil Chris and then Scuba Steve got to the inside. He kind of got boxed in a little bit, and that kind of left him vulnerable to what happened thereafter. He's now 15th. Chubbs, his teammate behind him, P16. Pagani 17th, and Oxox 18th. Aaron 19th. Iceman P20 at the back then. Scuba Steve, they're getting the hammer down. He's got the lead over a second, so he's out of DRS range. That could be critical. He's now broken away from the rest of this pack. We saw last night how Crims were just able to just ease away from the pack. So they go through the dipper section, over the top of the hill. Put that apex on the right hand side, and then down the hill then to end sector 2. So Evil Chris, and can he respond? Penalties meanwhile further back for Chubbs, Daft Chip and Dylan, all in quick succession. Got a yellow flag in sector 2. That is Katz. I think he's had another drop at the same corner. Probably not saved it this time, unfortunately, but he's on his way again. Over the crest we go then. Yep, lead 1.4 seconds now. So Scuba Steve getting the hammer down. Trying to pull away. Chris trying to give chase. Bringing Barcelona, Brutus, Katamy's, Alex Pixie with him then. So top 6 are clear. Daft Chip not quite able to hang the pace on those hard tyres, but doing a very good job so far. However, he has now got Diego closing in. Now just over a second behind him. So not quite in DRS range just yet. Probably only a matter of time then. Callum and Calspert, 9th and 10th still, so Mercedes into the top 10. And Pagani having a battle. Chubbs has just taken the fastest lap of the race then, so he's now flying. On about a couple of OGs and the FTRL community. Ox closing. Is he going to go for a late move into one? He is. Down the inside, good move from Ox. Gets that move done. And that is P17 then for the Red Bull man as he gets back up to speed, having had to make a unscheduled stop early on. And got caught up with the two Ferraris. Again, I don't think there was a lot they even could do. They just seemed to lock together and couldn't get apart. Meanwhile, Evil Chris has closed that gap down a little bit now. So it was 1.4, it's now 1.2. Taking a couple of tenths back out of him that lap. Barcelona closing in, Brutus as well. Meanwhile, Alex Pixie on Cat into turn 1. Down the inside goes the Williams man. Through he goes. Alex Pixie then into the top 5. So it's a good move. Cat thinking about a move coming straight back at it, but not able to find a way through. Alex has gone a little bit wide there, though. Might present an opportunity for Cat to come over the crest. It's a very tricky one. The car goes very light there. And Dafchik running a little bit wide. Alex going partly defensive, but not too wide. And that looks like moved on to into top 5. Then goes Alex Pixie. Can he drag these two back onto the tail of Brutus, who is P4 and stalking Barcelona? Ox takes the fastest lap of the race this time around. So now he's got the hammer down. Of course, some of those guys at the back, Michael Chubbs, Ox, Pagani, Aaron and Iceman will be praying for a safety car of some sort, trying to bring themselves back into contention. Gaps, this is the best battle at the moment. Diego not quite able to get with Daft Chip. In fact, Daft Chip has closed on Katowice, so I don't know if Katowice is just slipping away. I don't know if these two battling has just held each other up a little bit. It's allowed Daft Chip to call about a second back in on these two. It was 2.7 seconds, it's now 1.8. And we'll have the DRS. Is Barcelona close to the Evil Chris? No, he is not. We'll close in, but not close enough. Gap staying about 1.2 to the race leader, Scuba Steve. Doing a really, really good job. And we've got a yellow flag in the pack. It's Cats again. The two Ferraris go through. Cats is struggling a little bit around here. Did say he's not a big fan of this circuit. Undulating nature. He's a little bit unforgiving then. The battle as it was then. Evil Chris, Barcelona and Brutus Beer nose to tails. Diego gets a penalty in the other AlphaTauri. He's trying to close in on that ship. Alex Pixie just slipping back a little bit further, so haven't quite got the pace of the front 4 at the moment. 2.3 seconds the gap. It's come down a little bit there. Just yo-yoing up and down through the corners. Cat staying with him. And Daft Chip also just chipping away again, another couple of tenths out. That Captain's doing a really good job on no hard tyres as well, bear in mind. Everybody around him on the softs. However, they all qualified on those, so they will be going off a little bit. Expect pit stops not too distant future. This time, Barcelona closing. Is he going to get there a bit earlier this time? I think so. To the inside for moving to 1. Backs out of it. Happy to say P3 for now. The lead gap now 1.8 seconds, so the gap is growing up front. So might Barcelona think about a move. At some point, he's waiting for the second DRS zone here. This is where he had an accident last night. So, came over the crest there and ended up spinning off into the wall on the left. No dramas this time around then. Alex Pixie trying to close that gap back down. Daft Chip's getting closer and closer. Good evening, Zonwa. Hope you were well. I hope the butler has got your tea and your footstool and your crown and your throne and everything else sorted. Ox meanwhile going past Cats now into turn 1. And Trucker going past Pagani as well on the rundown further back. No, Dylan. There he is, look, P13. He's up in P13. What a job. What a job. Oh no, Cats has had another drama. There, Pin Cats all the way to the back then, so he is struggling a little bit tonight, unfortunately. He's not a big fan. Yeah, Dylan doing a really good job so far. Kept himself out of trouble. Ooh. Car control extraordinaire there. The back end trying to get away from him, but doing a really, really good job indeed. Hashtag Team Dylan. I think all Well, there's a bright light she put in his face that kind of just focused him a little bit more. And Ferrari's together, 14th and 15th, recovering after early John was yellow flag further back. That is, once again, Katz again at that double right-hander in the middle sector. He's having a torrid time, unfortunately. Meanwhile, front, I'll say this battle for second, third and fourth. Staying as you were, but the lead now 2.1 seconds. Oh, Katz has gone again. I think his tyres are absolutely frazzled at the minute. He's to get his head in gear. Oxox taking a new fastest lap then, a 19.0, as he tries to chase down the Ferraris, who are circulating together. Oh dear, Katz has gone again. That's coming around to go a lap down on lap 9. Next is Katz, unfortunately, is about to go a lap down to the race leaders. So that is the torrid time he's having. Oh, dearie me, getting very crossed up again. Oh, and around. Around goes Katz. I'm not expecting that has to last much longer, if I'm honest. This is not his favourite circuit. Into the pits goes Barcelona, then first one to peel off. Oh, his team has followed him in. That's not ideal for Alex Pixie. There's 2 Williams in, and there might be enough of a gap, but he's probably going to lose out a little bit here. Katz has retired from the session. Yep. That, I think, was inevitable. Pixie has got to stack a little bit then. I'll wait a couple of seconds as he's lost a little bit of time. I might give the position back to Katames. Once the pit stop starts shaking out then, so the pit window has opened and we are away. Who's going to respond then? Alex coming out. Oh my goodness me, that man coming around the first corner. As Alex exits the pit lane, and they just about got away with it. And Chubbs, meanwhile, has just passed his teammate then, so Chubbs up to P13. Oh, Michael almost at the back of him, then goes a little bit wide. Dylan, meanwhile, has been caught and passed. He's down to 15th. He's very wide now, and 3 will go Oxox. So we are down our first driver of the evening. Unfortunately, Nexus Katz was having a bit of a rough time of it, and his race is over. In comes the race leader. Evil Chris stays out. Brutus Beer is in. Katames is staying out. Interestingly, Daft Chip obviously will stay out. We know that Diego is staying out as well. Calspert up to P7 now, so he's got ahead of his teammate. The battle of the Callums. Now, where does Scuba Steve come out relative to Barcelona? Where is he? Coming around out the far corner now. Scuba Steve making his way down pit lane. Where is the Red Bull? And there he is. There's the Williams coming down over the crest of the hill. Brutus Beer coming as well. Brutus Beer drops right back in behind Barcelona again. However, Barcelona's opened that gap up a little bit. Brutus now needs to try and get the hammer down quickly. Slides the back end, they're trying to get some heat into those medium tyres. He's dropped away a little bit. So Evil Chris then back to the front. He led for the opening couple of laps before Scuba Steve made his move. How much longer does he stay? I've seen him before actually. Chris has done a very good job of managing his tyres, which will of course come back to help him later in the race, but he will suffer in the short term. The guys behind him will be lapping quicker on fresher tyres. Cat staying out as well. Back chip is now in P3. Oh, Diego, is he coming in this time? He is. So Diego peels off. Casper was thinking about some slipstream, but gets the DRS. Oh, he sped in the pit lane. Oh, he's got to the marker in time. So bicycle penalty for the AlphaTauri man. Callum will go through for P5. Sionic, meanwhile, has got Scuba Steve then, so erstwhile race leader making the move on the Aston around the outside of one. Oh, the bang wheels. Scuba Steve getting the move done. So important move for Scuba Steve. Oh, and then a big twitch over the hill. Very big moment there. Hang on to it just about, but Sioni's thinking about coming back at him. Not quite able to, but Barcelona closing in. And so, interestingly, Scuba Steve has gone onto the hard tyre, while Barcelona Brutus and Alex Pixie's also pitted all went onto the mediums at their stop. And so, contrasting strategies. because there is also always the threat of a safety car. But Scuba Steve then was confident in his choice. He raced last night, so I think he went soft to medium last night, so it's an interesting choice. Now, Sioni is holding up Barcelona here, which has allowed Brutus back into him. It's also letting Scuba Steve start to build a little bit of a gap again. That gap was over 2 seconds when he came out of his pit stop. It was down to under a second not so long ago, but Barcelona not able to clear the Aston Martin. Callum pits from P5. Here comes Sioni. Here comes Barcelona down the inside of him into 1. Oh, again, fighting it hard. Not this time. Not able to come back at him. Ooh, he's gone for a move there. And spins at turn 3. It was a risky move. He tried to get down the inside. Caught the curb, I think, on the inside. And around goes the Aston Martin man. On his way again, though. Rear wing damage. Yeah, that'll do it, Cats. That will do it. To be fair, I caught your drift, by the way, around the first one you did. That was very impressive. Very, very impressive. So, yeah, not a circuit you want rear wing damage, because the flowing nature of this one, constantly through high load corners, you definitely want all the grip available from that rear wing. So, unlucky, mate. Look forward to next week. You did indeed. So, yeah, enjoy it. It was a thing of beauty. Katamis has been caught by Daft Chip, so I think Cat's tyres are gone, but he's staying out again. Daft Chip now making the move for P2, so Daft Chip then into P2. Evil Chris also still going up the front. His lead is now 6.4 seconds. Scuba Steve up to P5, but only a second ahead of Barcelona. Barcelona is closing as well. Bruce is not far away. Now, the pit window is definitely available for the medium tyre. We're nearly a half race distance here, so very much in case, but Evil Chris obviously wanting to save as much tyre as he can do for later in the race. Chubb's pitting, meanwhile, for fresh tyres. He went onto the softs after his pit stop, so I imagine he'll go back onto the mediums now. Does indeed, so that will be him through to the end of the race. And here is our former race leader. He's the net race leader, because he is the first driver who has pitted. However, Barcelona is very much on his heel now. Brutus is not far away either, just outside of DRS zone, so he'll want to try and get in there before they get to the detection zone, before the start-finish straight, because that will just pull Barcelona away. He's very much in the slipstream of the Red Bull. He's just outside it still, so he's had a good run off the penultimate corner. Gap's coming down, but not enough, so he's not going to have DRS. Scuba Steve will be giving it to Barcelona, so that will pull Barcelona away from Brutus. And towards the Red Bull, further back, Diego and Michael battling. And Octox as well. So Diego on fresh hards, Michael's on, and Octox both pitted after lap 1 contact. The 3 wide down the start finish straight. Octox through the middle, and the Red Bull man takes 2 places. Brilliant move there. Michael gains the place but loses the one. So net result, and Diego's up the inside, coming back up the Ferrari, bounces off the curb. They bang wheels again. And they're both just about... Oh, Mike has a big twitch there at the top of the hill. Would I rather have... Oh, is that come? That didn't come up. Where is it? I've seen it. Okay, I've got to wait for my feed to load up before I reply to that one. Into the pits comes your race leader. So let's have a look then. Where are the group that he was battling with before? So Daft Chip takes over the lead. Kausper goes through. This is on his way down pit lane. Here come the Gaggle that were battling for the lead earlier. Scuba Steve will go through. Barcelona goes through. Whereas Evil Chris, he's coming out the pit lane. He's lost out to Brutus. But he does have fresher tyres then, so he's got 4 or 5 lap fresher tyres, depending on who he's battling with. He's now got a bit of a time to make up then, so Katami to the penalty. and Chubbs as well. I think he just got one, so the penalties going on. But we're at half race distance and only one retirement so far. And that's got some rear wing damage, so very good job from the Div 2 boys. Despite this very undulating, fluctuating circuit. They're doing a very, very good job indeed. So race leader is now Daft Chip then. However, he has got Calsper not far behind him on those medium tyres. Over the start finish, then Calsper giving chase from the back of the grid. Doing a really good job, of course, he has yet to stop. Scuba Steve doing a good job of managing that gap. Brutus again just outside of DRS range of Barcelona, and Barcelona closing in on Scuba Steve, having caught, and Evo Chris has slotted in behind. He's now P6. Alex Pixie a couple of seconds back. He was battling with Katamis early. He's now pitted, so he's got a bit of a gap. So he's pulled away from him at least. Kat has now got fellow countryman Ox giving chase. Did see your question come up on safe, but it's not appeared in my stream for some reason. So said, oh, is that going wide? That's Katamis going very wide there at the top of the hill. The battle going on between Mattman and Callum. Mattman on very old, hard tyres. Is he going to the end, or is he... Callum coming back at him, though, as they come over the hill with the DRS. Down the inside, Matt gives him the room. Respectful racing from those two. Matt will have the momentum off the corner. And he's just going to... Ooh, the bump wheels, though, there. It's tricky, because it narrows. There's obviously a bit of kink, but obviously you have to go left, and the car on the inside is difficult to kind of gauge the line the car on the inside needs there, but they got away with it, just about. Callum, though, expect to come back at Matt. He's on fresh medium tyres. Matt on 16-lap-old hards, having pitted on lap 1. Well, I'd rather have finger-sized nipples or nipple-sized fingers, I'm assuming that says. God. That's a terrifying question. My instant thought was I'd rather have nipple-sized fingers, but then thinking about what I need my fingers for, just generally anything, that would be a bit ridiculous. So I'm probably going to go with the finger-sized nipples. Do we have to specify which finger? Who was that having drama at turn 1? Might have been Diego. Callum making the move on Matt into turn 1 though. Mercedes-Man through, back up to P14. His teammate meanwhile continues to circulate, hasn't yet stopped. Daft Chip is your leader. Calsper 1.5 seconds behind him. I don't know whether my the stream just doesn't like your comment on safe. It's not popping up, but yes, I will. Yeah, anytime, mate. It's not coming up for some reason. I think it doesn't like the fact you said nipples in the chat thing. Probably the problem. I can say on stream while I want. Nipples, nipples, nipples. There we go. Markovic and then going past Sioni into the top 10. So far, no safety cars. They've done a really good job, everybody, so far tonight. Daft Chip and Calsper still your race leading duo. 1.6 seconds between them. And we've got this battle now for P3, which will be for the net race lead. Barcelona starting to make advances on Scuba Steve. Is that decision to go onto the hard tyres going to prove to be the wrong one? We shall see them. Barcelona now very much thinking about a move, and Brutus Beer has got back within DRS. We've got, who's that off? I think that's probably Dylan. Infield, Diego picks the penalty. Brutus there. Even Chris is closing in. That gap's 1.6 seconds. If those three ahead start battling, he'll be right back into the mixer here. And he'll have fresh tyres. Oh no, Dylan's been disqualified because he's stuck on the grass. That's ridiculous. So unfortunately, Dylan's race has run. Alex Pixie in a bit of no man's land in P7. Still got 2 places to gain, as Daft Chip and Calsper have not yet pitted. Casimir's in a lonely P8 now, but he's got Ox not too far behind. You should laugh, Sob, but it is funny. Looks like it's got Michael Vienne there as well. So Michael's hanging on to the back of Ox because these two both, yeah, both. Maybe somebody did. That's maybe what the problem was. He got stuck on the grass because he couldn't see where he was going because of a blinding light in his face. The power of 1,000,000 candles. And there you go, lonely P11 for the second of the Alpha Towers. He's 5.9 seconds, maybe 6 seconds ahead of Aaron Truck, who's having a lonely race after his opening lap dramas. Callum's P13, 5-second gap back now. He's pulled away from Matman, who's got a teammate Pagani closing in, so the McLaren's inseparable in this one. Closing around, Chubbs has pitted for the second time. True, this is true. Fortunately, he rolled down the hill the wrong way. That'll be the problem there. Chubbs then lonely races into the pits comes Pagani. Second stop. He also has got involved in some opening lap dramas, choosing the medium tyres. P16. Iceman having a lonely run at the back. However, I think he's about to get some company in the form of Pagani. So Daft Chip still leads, 1.7 seconds. Those two still circulating together, kind of equidistant. So the pace is about the same between these two at the job at the minute. This, though, is the battle for what will be the net race lead, and it's a four-way battle again because Evo Chris is back in the hunt. And he's on fresher tyres as well. Is that going to be critical over the remainder of this race? Barcelona closing in. Scuba Steve goes defensive. Sends Barcelona the long way around. Barcelona gets the move done. Oh, what a move. What a move from Barcelona. Sweeps around the outside of one. Scuba Steve back up the inside of two. They clutch. And around goes the Red Bull. Oh, it's a big shame there for Scuba Steve. It was an ambitious move. Back up the inside into three. Oh, he's going to spin again. And the safety car is out. Now this is going to be great news for Daft Chip and Calspert. Oh, what a shame. Scuba Steve has done such a good job in this race so far. Barcelona swooped around the outside. It was an ambitious move right down the inside. Trying to make the move into three. As contact around he went. Did he get damage from that? I don't know. That's a big shame for Scuba Steve though. It was a great job from him up until that point. No, mate. It is your seat, Scomes, mate. We do not replace people based on their abilities. It is literally you. It's your seat. You are welcome here as long as you want the seat, mate. So do not fear the replacement. Then into the pits. Then come your race leading duo. Now, what do Barcelona Brutus do here? Because and Evo Chris, because they got the opportunity to pit here. Fresh tyres. It's wide open circuit. They're going to pit. Evo Chris is going to risk it. He's on fairly fresh tyres. But now we saw this last night. So Daft Chip and Calspert are going onto the soft tyre. Now we had a safety car around about this time last night. Maybe a little bit earlier. So it really depends on how long the safety car is out. But a lot of people pitting it, so it's going to bring the field back together again, certainly. It's good news for the likes of Oxox, Michael, Aaron. They can all pit. It's doable. We saw it last night, Tom, in the Div 1 race. So there was a safety car around about this sort of time in the Div 1 race as well. Race leader Crims went onto the medium tyres. Dutch and Tico went onto the soft tyres. Now they did put a lot of pressure on Crims, but I think their tyres just fell off with about 2 or 3 laps to go, and he was able to pull away. So I think said it's about the same sort of distance. So bearing in mind the cars a lot. I mean, we saw Evo Chris earlier do 13 laps on a set of soft tyres. That's from the start as well, and he did qualifying, so he's chosen track position, and it's really worked out very nicely then for Daft Chip and Calspert then, so staying out as long as they did. Safety car timed perfectly. Now, why is next Iceman behind the safety car? And Pagani, you'd have thought they would have been let go. Well, Pagani won't be, because unfortunately he's behind Evo Chris. But next is Iceman, and he's behind the safety car for some reason. I would have thought it would have let him go. Maybe he just wants to be around people for the first time in the race. On lap 21 of 33, we're coming up to 2/3 race distance. And behind the Mercedes safety car. So everybody pitted. Only Callum went for the medium tyres. Everybody else who pitted, there we go. She's now been released. Unfortunately for Pagani, he is stuck behind the race leader, so he now cannot unlap himself. Unless Michael Masi just decides to bend the rules and let him go. He comes back into the pits. I think he's decided he wants soft tyres after all. To be fair, that's probably not a bad call, Callum. Those medium tyre runners around, soft tyre runners around you are probably going to go off for the end, but there we go. So he's going to go in for tyres anyway. And we join at the back of the pack, P15. Now everybody on the same tyre, and we're on lap 20. I thought it was a bit weird. I could have sworn we were on lap 22 a minute ago, and it was on 21, but it's because I was looking at Iceman, wasn't it, who had not crossed the line yet. So, safety car out on lap 23 of 33, waiting for the restart. Evil Chris has got back to the front, but has the medium tyres on, 6-lap-old medium tyres to be precise. Now, they will be good to the end. But can he hold off the charging Daft Chip, Calspur, Barcelona, Brutus, Alex Pixie? Now, we're going to be quick. Michael Vienne, who we know quick, he was very quick in qualifying. Got caught up on the opening lap. And are we going to get the notification this time around? Callum's catching up to the back of the pack again. And it looks like we're going to do another lap. We are. So one more lap behind the safety car. So we will resume racing at the end of lap 24. Chris then is the leader. Daft Chip is second. Is Pagani getting out of the way? He is. He's pitting, so he's decided to get out of the queue. Chris, I think, could have done with him staying there, to be honest. Giving himself a bit of a buffer for a couple of corners while the field had to wait for him to go. So running order is as follows. Evil Chris is your leader from Daft Chip, who started further back on the hard tyres, ran long in the first stint. The safety car timed beautifully for him. Calspur starts P3 at the restart, coming from the back of the grid as well. Could he win his second FTRL race? He's got a very good chance now. Barcelona's P4. And been battling with Scuba Steve. Just took the Red Bull man around the outside of turn 1. It was in the subsequent retirement thereafter of the Red Bull, which has brought out the safety car now. I'll just have a look at the penalty situation for Daft Chip. It's 3 seconds. So that could be a key factor in his result this evening. We've seen how close a lot of these guys were battling under Evil Chris, Barcelona, Brutus, Alex Pixie. All battling hard earlier on. Casami's as well, back in the mix. Michael Vienne's now not too far away in P8. Oxox is P9 as well. Sioni in the top 10, doing a good job. And then we've got Diego in 11th. Aaron Trucker now 12th. Mattman's 13th. Chubb's 14th. Callum is 15th. What has happened there? Oh, Sioni's spun. Has he? I think he has. Sioni there. I've jinxed him badly. I do apologise. Said he's doing well. He's had a bit of a spin and has lost a couple of places under the safety car, unfortunately. So down to 14th. Oh, what the hell's happened there? Aaron, if you're listening, that will get removed. I don't know what's happened there. So then we're about to go racing again on lap 20. It will be 25 when we resume racing. 9 to go. Chris then will start dictating the pace. He's letting the safety car pull away. And when does he pull the trigger? It's gone board with the Aston Martin. Let's see when he decides to go. Watch him straighten up and then pull the trigger. Now is the answer. Now he goes. Is Daft Chip with him? Oh, what's happened there? Calspur's lost the place, but Barcelona's had to give it back to the side-by-side further back. What is Cavie's doing? Brutus has had a drop, so restart there. It's all crazy in the pack. The 2-3 wide coming down into turn 1. Oh, who's that got? Oh, Calspur spun. On the outside of turn 1 was the contact. Alex picks up the inside of Cat. Cat coming back at him, of course. They're now side by side over the crest of the hill. Mattman's got a penalty further back. It's side by side, 3 wide. Brutus looking up the inside as well. Oxox is in the mix now as well. Cat and Alex still side by side. Cat getting the move done finally. Oxox up the inside of Brutus. Oh, Alex has a big slide. And Brutus swoops around the outside. Oxox is boxed in. What's he doing, Cat? Oh. So Daft Chip, meanwhile, sorry, I've been seeing the chaos going in the pack. But Evil Chris has been jumped by Daft Chip in all of that. Barcelona, who was under attack or on the attack out the final corner. Katame's forcing his way through to fourth. Brutus taking full advantage of Alex having a slide, and Oxford's getting boxed in to go back ahead of the pair of them up to fifth. Michael Vian's down to ninth. He lost out a little bit in that one. Into the pits. Oh, Michael's in the pits. He's had some drama chubs as well. Both Ferraris have had some dramas. They're both back into the pit lane. Just no luck for them tonight. But there's been a change for the lead, and Daft Chip leads, but he has a penalty, so Evil Chris is still the net race leader. Oh, in the back, that's Diego spinning at the top of the hill. In the background there, or in the foreground rather, just saw the AlphaTauri spinning. So Daft Chip then jumped into the lead. Can he pull away? The gap is 9/10 of a second. We've got 8 laps to go, 7.5 laps to go. Drops down the hill. Well, Chris still P2. Now we know he's got the longevity then. That's what he's going to need, because the Barcelona tyres are likely to be dropping off right at the end. Same with Daft Chip. Katame's doing well in P4. Brutus P5. Oxox back on him as well. Alex is there as well. We've got a little bit of gap back then to Aaron Trucker, who's found himself in a bit of no man's land already. And Iceman is 9th. Sione 10th. Callum is 11th. Macman 12th. Kalsper recovering after his spin 13th. Then got Pagani's lap car. Daft Chip taking the fast lap. There's the recovering Diego, and he's spun at the top of the hill. And the luckless Ferrari duo. Michael Vian down in 15th. Chubbs down in 16th. What happened to them at that restart? Pagani in the middle of this battle at the minute. Kalsper making the move on Macman. And Oxox and Brutus battling. Oxox got the move done. Round 3. Oh, Michael Ben's now got a penalty for track limits as well. His companion is misery further back now. Katame's being a bit of a cork in the FTRL bottle of Oxox, Brutus and Alex. Evil Chris is on the cusp of losing DRS to the race leader. Now I want to try and hang on to that as best he can do. Otherwise, he's going to be under attack from behind from the Williams. And this is probably the battle for the win, unless Daft Chip can really get the hammer down over the rest of the race. Chris closing back in by a couple of tenths and needs to stay within that 1 second bracket now. You see there, Daft Chip pulling away. Oxox getting the move done, is it? No, it's Brutus. And Alex changing places, so Alex on the attack. Having a really good run here, the Williams man. Both Williams going well. Oh, Michael Bien's had a spin further back, unfortunately. Oxox and Katame's. Oxox to the inside. Swoops across. I don't think he appreciated being moved over there. Alex around the outside of Brutus, is he? They're going to go wheel to wheel again. Brutus cuts to the inside. Stays ahead for now. But good battle this. Williams down the inside into turn 3. Not able to find a way through. Further back, I'm not sure who that was. It was Michael, unfortunately. So Michael's night is unfortunately run. He's just had a luckless night. Again, Ferrari man just not... No, again, he's had such great pace. It took him a while to get those podiums flowing, and then this season just seems to have had absolutely awful luck. So fingers crossed he can right the wrong again next week. Chubbs takes the fastest lap, just to emphasise the Ferrari man has got a bundle of pace, but he's just not been able to display it tonight. Having to come through from the back. But Christo, meanwhile, has got the banks back on again, closing back in on Daft Chip, hanging on to that 1 second bracket. Yeah, he's still well within that 1 second, so that's exactly where he needs to be. Holding on resolutely to the DRS. He will then pull closer down the start-finish straight. Barcelona there as well, but not able to be making a move, not close enough to make a move at the minute. Oxox is now pulled clear from Katame's, leaving him battling with Brutus and Alex. And also with Aaron Trucker getting back in this one, he is. Aaron Trucker's then closed the gap down. Oxox takes the fastest lap further back. Kalsper past Iceman into 1. Back into the top 10 he goes. Next target is Sione then, who's a solid run in P9. A very quiet night. About to get busy. So the Callum as well on the back of Iceman. So having dealt with one Mercedes, Nike's Iceman now finds himself dealing with another, and that man's on the back of them as well. Diego has got This car, meanwhile, Chubbs is just enjoying a weave down the straight. Not his night, unfortunately. Daft Chip still leads. Evil Chris still second. Barcelona still third. These three, 2.5 seconds clear. Brutus getting the move done on Catherine's further back meanwhile. So up into P5 goes the Alpha Tauri. Oxox ahead of him does have a penalty. So Brutus seems to stay within 3 seconds. He will get that place back. You see him going immediately defensive there to the inside, trying to break the slipstream. However, Catamese has got the DRS and it just blasts around the outside into turn 1. Good move. Garni also has rear wing damage as well then, so another one, yeah, it's not doesn't look like fun around here, mate, if I'm honest. So don't blame you battling with that. Don't envy you battling with that, rather. Kasper then into the top 9. Sweeps past Sioni. On lap 30 of 33, then Brutus, Cat and Alex Pixie still doing battle. They're just trying to find a way through. We'll jump ahead of Catamese because Catamese has a penalty. As to whether or not he can get close enough to Oxox, who's P4. Also carrying a penalty at the moment. He's trying to get on terms with the front 3, but they are doing a really good job. Daft Chip still your leader. Half a second ahead of Evo Chris, who is half a second ahead of Barcelona. Just over a second covering your top 3. Brutus has got the move done on Cat again. Alex Pixie trying to follow him around the outside. Finds the door shut in his face though. Still found Alpha Tauri there, and again, I feel we're going to see what we saw last time around because Brutus will go defensive immediately. But Cat and Alex will both going to have DRS. Now Drucker's not far away either. Brutus to the inside, but Cat's just going to blow around the outside. Alex to the inside. Is he going to get the move done? Oh, they go wheel to wheel. Brutus ends up getting pushed off the track. Alex up the inside again into 3. Brutus hangs on for now, but Alex is still there. Brutus having a tighter line up the hill. Well, Alex has had a bit of a wobble, I think. Just costing some momentum, so Brutus will hang on to the position for now, but Alex, signal of intent there. Really good run again for the Williams man. Up front then, on lap 31 now. Still, Daft Chip leads. Evo Christo right on the back of him now. Are those tyres just starting to edge away? The soft tyres. Well, they're going to hold. They'll probably hold on, but is he going to be able to hold on for the win on track? Because I think that's all he's going to manage at the moment. 2 behind him and penalty free at the moment. And the left-hander we go into the penultimate corner for the 31st time. Again, Brutus past Catamese, then he's run wide though. Oh, Alex through the middle of the pair of them. No, Brutus then got the momentum off the corner. And he gets ahead, Cat up the inside of Alex Pixie. Oh, they're going to bump wheels, oh, they are a little bit. Cat runs Alex out wide. Brutus has got a bit more of an advantage this time. And here we go again. Cat's going to go through. Alex is going to go through as well. He's going to get, they're going to go 3 wide. Oh, Brutus gets moved over. Alex down the inside. Oh, that was a brutal turn in. Bit of wings gone flying. Who was that from? It's Brutus. Brutus now Aaron up the inside as well. And now Calspur's in this battle suddenly as well. Brutus has got wing damage from that though. It all got a little bit scruffy. And Calspur goes through. Brutus is now carrying wing damage then on the penultimate lap of the race. Is he going to try and... He surely must try and just finish this one. Oh, but drama then for the championship contender. Up front, Evo Chris. Oh, Evo Chris has snatched the lead away. So he's hit the front finally. Just as Oxox arrives on the scene as well. That's probably a good time if you ever want to... When they get the hammer down, it's when this man arrives because he is not afraid to make the moves. However, he's only going to have 1 lap to attack the front 3. Evo Chris then trying to put as big a gap as he can do then out of the final corner. Is he going to go defensive? No. But he's got 0.6 of a second lead. Daft Chip is closing into turn 1. Is he going to get there? He's not, no. So Evo Chris will hang on to into turn 1 then. We're on the final lap of the race, front 4 now. Because the Red Bull has arrived on the scene. But does he have any tyre left to do anything with? Chip then thought about moving, but Chris had a poor run up the hill. Brutus Beard just slipping backwards here. Daft Chip down the inside into the hairpin for the lead. Evo Chris then will try and run around the outside. Needs to hold off Barcelona here. That's the biggest risk to him at the moment. Chris looking forward, but looking in his mirrors as well. Over the crest of the hill we go. Halfway around the final lap of the race, Staff Chip leads, but he will lose the win on that penalty. So we're looking at the battle for the lead. It's for P2 on track between Evo Chris and Barcelona, because Oxox has a penalty as well. It's between these four. But on the lead, Bruce is down to P13, and he's just slipping backwards. Late on here, this track is so front wing dependent. Out of the penultimate corner we come. I think Evo Chris is going to do enough here. I don't think Barcelona's going to be close enough for an attack. There, as long as he doesn't get a penalty off the final corner, Daft Chip will win on track. But Evo Chris will win as the penalties are applied. Barcelona gets second, Daft Chip third, Oxox is P4. Cat will come across the line, P5, will he? You will, but Alex gets P5, then jumps both Calsper and Aaron on penalties. Calsper ending up P7 behind Cat, Aaron P8. Next is Iceman, who had a lonely race, ends up P9. Sione gets a top 10. Callum just misses out on the top 10 in 11th. Macman is 12th. Brutus Beer salvages P13, but he will be cursing that damage. You can see there on the left front side of the car. Diego ends up P14. Pagani's across the line with that rear wing damage in P16, and a very frustrating night for this man and his teammate. Showed his pace in fits and starts, but best P14, I think it was for Chubbs. In the end, no, 15 wasn't it? P15 for Chubbs. Driver of the day then goes to Calsper, coming through from the back of the grid. But it is victory number 2 of the season for the Aston Martin, piloted by Evo Chris, Daft Chip and Barcelona joining him on the podium in 3rd and 2nd respectively. That's a big move. That's a big moment in the title battle as well, with Barcelona getting P2 and Brutus slipping down to 13th. With that late wing damage then. There's a interesting couple of corners between those guys. And Evo Chris then is your winner from Barcelona. Daft Chip ends up 3rd then. That penalty just costing him a first victory of the season. Oxox coming through to P4 then. So his race had highs and lows, but a solid return for him in 4th. Alex Pixie gets a really strong P5. He had good pace today. Academy's in the thick of the wars from start to finish. P6 for him. Kausberg comes through to P7. Aaron gets a P8. Iceman, who had such a lonely race for long periods, salvages a P9, and Sione gets a P10. So both Astons in the top 10 at the finish. Callum ends up P11 in the second of the Mercedes. Macman salvages P12. Brutus Beer down to P15. He is probably not going to be happy with that late wing damage. All a little bit messy in the pack there. Diego had a spin that cost him a probably stronger result. 14th for him. Chubbs, frustrating night, 4 stops. I think it's the telling factor for him there. 15th Pagani, the final finisher, finished the lap down, but of course had that rear wing damage, so he was struggling for long periods of that race then. And the luckless Michael VM, Scuba Steve, who was in the battle for the win until that spin cost him in 18th. Katsu got wing damage, cost him. We saw how bad that was. And Dylan, who got disqualified for spinning off onto the grass, because, you know, that's fair. Right then, so that is the end of the action for tonight. Thank you very much to everybody who's been in the stream and commented. Always very much appreciated. If you can like the stream before you go, that also helps us out immensely. Thank you, please. So that is the end of the action for FTRL this week. We are still prepping towards getting some sort of GT League up and running very soon. Hopefully the lobbies will be in working order in the not too distant future. And my memory deserts me, so I'm going to have a go check, see what next week's race is. I believe it's Japan. No, it's Belgium. Belgium next week, Spa. The always popular, always exciting Spa, Francorchamps. So please join us for that one. 8 o'clock Tuesday and 8 o'clock Wednesday once again. Yes. So, what else was I going to say? If you'd like to be involved in FTRL, of course, we've got ACC, we've got F1, we've got GT7 coming soon. Get in touch at _FTRL_. And yeah, whether or not you want to race, commentate, organise, graphics, yeah, all are welcome at FTRL. We are the home for everybody. I'm already in my home and I'm going to go enjoy it. So thank you very much for tuning in tonight. If I don't speak to you before, speak to you next week when we do this all over again. But yeah, from me, from this evening. Good night.